In 3, 2, 1.
Table
Random
Random
Show.
Quiet on the set.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Table Random Show, episode 4. Can y'all believe we've been doing this for a month?
A month. Goodness.
Best month of our lives.
This is the best time I've spent in quarantine, so I can't
No
complain.
doubt. If you guys watched last week, you knew that we overdid it a little bit and lost maybe a metric ton of drool out of our bodies. So we thought we would just try to tone it down and be a little chill this week. And so we invited 2 of the best chill people we know.
Yes.
Mike and Dana, welcome to the show. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, doing good.
What was that? Was that like a coordinated?
Guys,
That was not planned. Not even a little bit.
Mike,
we were texting and told each other to do that.
Are you at Disney's Animal Kingdom? Where are you right now?
I'm in the middle of the Sahara, Alex. Where let's go with that. Like, David! Where I was going.
Mike,
Yeah,
what is
I'm out
that
here in the
lion?
middle of the Serengeti.
Is that
What
a
is that
lion?
lion next to you?
Behind you? Yeah.
Oh, over here?
No,
Yeah,
the other
that's
side.
not-
Oh, this way? Dang. Yeah. I spotted him a little
Michael.
while ago. He may have a watermark, just like
Just on his face? Gotcha.
I think you call that a
I'm not
birthmark.
sure,
Got you.
no, I'm pretty sure it's a watermark. I stole him straight off of Google. So.
I'm looking forward to all the dad jokes, Mike. Thank you guys for being here so much. We thought that with Mike and Dana here this week, we would throw a little curveball into our favorite segment, PWOW, Portuguese Word of the Week.
Yes.
Since Mike grew up in Africa, you grew up in Uganda, right, Mike?
Yep, Uganda and South Africa, where they speak Afrikaans in South Africa. So
Okay, and in South Africa, they speak Afrikaans. So instead of PWOW this week, we thought we would make it a little bit challenging for Isadora and have her
Now feel our
come to
pain.
it's right, come to our dark side. And instead of Portuguese Word of the Week, we are going to do the Afrikaans Word of the Week. So Mike, what is
AWOW.
AWOW? What is the Afrikaans Word of the Week, Michael?
all right, I had to search high and low since I heard that I was doing this. I wanted to find a word that was just like encapsulate the beauty of Afrikaans and its Dutch heritage. So we have the rolling R's, we have the
I can do rolling.
powerful punching consonants.
This is like
just the light and
it's a
airy
language
vowels,
lesson.
and then the punch to the gut that the brings. So I got a perfect word that you would never guess the meaning of.
Okay. And Dana,
There
you
you
don't
go. Y'all
speak
ready?
Afrikaans, right?
No, but I do have Dutch heritage. I don't know if that's helpful.
So
Okay,
it may
we'll
come
see.
naturally.
I don't think that's going to help you here.
He's like-
And
She's gonna be
Bought
like
a
that
Dutch oven.
meme where like the brain expands and she's
Yeah,
gonna, like,
she's
I know it.
Rick just bought a Dutch oven, so that might help somehow.
Yeah, the same thing.
So here we go. Y'all ready?
Okay.
Already.
Okay. So the word of the week is skoervlieg.
Skoeflieg.
Vlieg.
Try it again.
Skoeflieg.
Can you repeat?
One more time.
Can you use
German.
it?
I don't know if that's helpful.
Can
What?
we go
Can you
syllable by
repeat?
syllable?
Yeah, sure. So first syllable is sko,
Go.
go, and then getting extra American in the syllable is air.
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 You got to kind of roll that R, like air.
Air.
Skoer.
Flia.
Yeah.
Alec, this is your time to start dying.
Wait, I got something in my throat. You ready?
Skoer.
Got it.
I already forgot the beginning of the word though.
Go. Air.
Skoervlieg.
Skoervlieg.
Fleer.
I have a hard time saying it too, man.
Skoervlieg.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
you?
Wait, what
can
does
you-
this mean?
Wait, what do we think it means?
That sounds like
Skoervlieg.
food. That
Sounds
sounds like
like-
food to me.
It sounds like the SCOBY.
That sounds like That sounds like food to you, Isa. Ew.
Well, I'll give you a hint.
Bad food.
The direct translation and the implied meaning are completely different. So it's going to be a little.
How does that help me know what
That doesn't help.
Sco air fleur.
Can you say it again fast?
Yeah. Skoervlieg. Skoervlieg.
Square.
I love just looking at the lion over Mike's shoulder when he says this.
He's like, what's the gay wow of the week? He's like, popped up.
Score flare. What's your best guess, Dana?
Kombucha.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Isa?
Bad food that you don't like, but your mom makes you eat.
Okay.
Is there a word for that in Portuguese?
No. Well, in my case, it was soup when I was a kid, but no.
Britt?
I think it's an animal. Turkeys? Is it really?
Well, it's a
Wait,
kind of an animal. It's a living object.
Alec, what's your guess? Oh, it's a living object.
I'm gonna guess that it's like a kind of medicinal like fungi that you find in the Serengeti that you can like drink and then it will.
So kombucha.
Okay, I guess I'm basically saying kombucha. No, I think it's like it's a kind of medicine basically.
No.
What is
Everyone's wrong. All right, so the direct translation is shoulder fly.
So a parrot?
Like a fly on your shoulder. Yeah, pretty much like a parrot, but a fly.
Okay.
But the implied meaning is kind of like there's no direct word translatable in English. It's backseat driver.
I did not see that coming.
Because I get it though. I get it. It's an annoying thing on your shoulder. That's
Yeah,
like,
it's like
Okay. Y'all were right. This is really, really challenging. Oh my gosh, what a torture.
I know.
Exactly.
And,
Feel the pain, Isa.
and it's not like we're learning these things. I just feel dumb every week and then don't learn it and then move on to the next week. That's right.
Right, basically.
Mike, thanks for the Afrikaans word of the week.
Wow.
You got it.
I will try as we continue not to be a schooler flare to you guys. Mike, I don't know what we're doing here, but thank you for coming and giving us the Afrikaans word of the week, the AWOW. We have some fun stuff planned for you, including some pretty hilarious childhood stories that we're going to share. Before we get to that, though, here is a quick word from our sponsor.
This week's Table Random Show is sponsored by Florence, the plant. Because during quarantine, a plant is a friend you can hang out without having to make a Zoom call.
All right, and we are back. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, gentlemen, ladies, and square flirts.
Good try.
Thank you. We thought, Mike, we've talked a lot about our childhoods. Mike and I are both missionary kids, but Dana, we have also had like this weird connection of our childhoods because Dana is from Pennsylvania and I am from Maryland, and there's just something about that like weird East Coast vibe that
Hoagies,
like
man.
It's the
Hoagies
hoagies
and good
that
pizza.
That's right. So because we've all had, and if you didn't know, Isadora and Britt also have I think everyone here really has weird childhoods if I think about it.
Oh, for sure.
Like we all have just some very strange, non-typical childhoods. So we
very different ways, all of us, in very
extremely.
So what better way than to spend an hour here on TRS? Well, an hour for us, maybe like 5 minutes for y'all before you swipe to the next thing. But sharing childhood stories. So without further ado, Dana, why don't you kick us off? Give us your funniest, craziest, or most memorable childhood story. And so y'all know we haven't heard these. So
we have no idea what they're gonna say.
This is news to us.
I did have to filter through some other ones that were not cable ready.
Okay.
this is the best that I've got that our viewers can also witness. So if you don't know, like Alex said, I grew up in Pennsylvania, but my dad breeds and sells reptiles and amphibians. I think most of you
I
guys
actually
know.
didn't know that.
Okay, so yeah, this was
We've been friends for how long, Dana?
I didn't know you didn't know this, Alex.
I did not know your dad bred reptiles and amphibians.
Anytime any of us see a snake, lizard, anything, I immediately take a picture and send it to Dana.
There's a reason I have so many snake pictures on my phone.
I was about to say that's why all of your stories involve reptiles and amphibians.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, continue.
So I've had almost everything you can imagine, 12-foot burn pythons, tortoises that are like, all of it. Anyways, so particularly, we'll take you back to like 6-year-old Dana. My dad is the type of person, he's like, oh, turtle on the side of the road, like pulls over, picks it up, takes it home, whatever. So there we are. My mom was walking around, I'm 6 years old, and steps on a pillowcase and it squishes. And, you know? So she opens it and didn't know that my dad had caught a water snake, but he had only caught one water snake. When he opened the bag, it was filled with hundreds of baby water snakes.
Oh, I can't. Bye.
Which, like, isn't that weird, honestly, for my mom? She just didn't know about it. So it's like, oh, we have water snakes. It's cool. But the cool thing was, at the time, we also had a 3-foot pet alligator named, he was Leroy. Later we had Gimli, but this is Leroy. He had his own little tank. So 6-year-old Dana, we didn't have to buy food for him anymore, would pick up the baby water snakes and walk over and drop them into Leroy's tank and feed Leroy baby water snakes.
I don't know how to feel right now.
This is one of the ones you didn't filter?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know how we're going to continue on from that one. That deserves a round of applause. Like, what a way to kick this this segment off. Jeez. Okay, Mike, you grew up in Africa. Let's see if you can beat that.
Yeah, I did. I too had to filter through my stories as I shared with Britt. I was like trying to think through like what should I share. Most of my stories involve some sort of death or chaos or destruction that probably isn't good for me to be associated with.
That's funny.
So yeah, the story I'm going with, one time me and my family went on a safari out in the middle of nowhere to a national park called Murchison Falls. I think Doug's been there, a few other people have been there. It's like a well-known, like not amusement park, a national park on the on the Nile River in Uganda.
Okay.
Not amusement park, there's no amusement.
It's
park. Really serious.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the Holy Land.
It actually looks like exactly like the scene behind me. Like it looks like almost identical to that. Acacia trees everywhere, pretty flat land, but cutting through the middle of it is like no watermarks, like digital watermarks. There's the Nile that cuts right through it, so you have like rapids and like waterfalls and stuff that come through there. It's really cool. So one day we went through and we crossed the Nile. We went into this area that was a little bit more dangerous. I don't know if you've ever heard of Coney, the Coney Rebels. This was like in the heyday
Coney
of their
2012.
like. Yes, like I said, this story also involves some kind of threat, chaos, death, destruction, but not that much. So we went into
what is going on right now? Y'all were supposed to be chill guests. Okay, continue.
So we took our 1992 Isuzu Trooper across the Nile River on a ferry boat and went into this really dangerous territory that was occupied by this, armed militia that would kidnap kids and destroy villages and stuff. This is like a little vacation. And our tour guide, he was like a local Ugandan guy, was like, I know the perfect place to see some giraffe. And we're like, yeah, we love giraffe. Giraffe are awesome. So that was my terrible impression of a Ugandan tour guide, by the way. Like, yeah, boy, howdy. So
what is going on?
We went off-roading in our Isuzu Trooper, in our like little SUV, in a field exactly like this.
Okay.
So we went off road and we were hunting for these giraffe, which eat on these acacia trees, like pictured behind me. No lion though.
Yeah.
And we drove for no joke like 4 hours off road, and we found giraffe, and there were like hundreds of giraffe just surrounding us, like eating off these trees.
So wait, the plural of giraffe is giraffe?
Giraffes.
That is what you're focusing on, Alex?
I know. That was like totally
What's
not the
about
point.
to happen
That was just
here?
very
Correct
important
me
for
on
me.
grammar or fact check that. I think it's plural with an S. I think maybe I just didn't.
Okay, I'm
pronounce it when I was
sorry.
speaking,
Continue.
But it is giraffes.
Okay.
Yeah, there were a plethora of giraffes.
I'm just trying to picture you in like a Jeep Wrangler, surrounded by hundreds of giraffes. Okay.
It wasn't a Jeep Wrangler, so it wasn't that nice.
Okay.
But yeah, me, my two brothers, a Ugandan tour guide, and my parents in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by giraffe. Well, we got tired of sitting around for about an hour and a half watching these giraffes, and
that was a great
our
sentence.
tour guide, we asked him like, okay, so which way do we go to get back? And he goes, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
So we were off-roading for this long, and we didn't know which way to go to get back. So we just started driving in a direction we thought was right. We thought was, like northwest to get back to the road. And we drove for like another 2 hours and finally found the road. But we were like getting low on gas, and we didn't know where like the next village was.
This is your childhood story?
I'm genuinely scared.
What is going on right now?
It was
I am
starting
not
to
telling
get dark.
mine.
And when we were on our way to where, like to drive to that spot with the giraffe, we passed by like some burnt out cars where the attack had happened like the last time. Like it was dangerous. So luckily we made it back to the ferry like right at nightfall and got some more gas and went back across the river. But like it was a close call. It was crazy.
I am actively sweating. I'm
Can
stressed.
you imagine being like a little kid, being like on this little Jeep, just putting along for hours at a time?
Yep.
That's intense.
Oh, my heart is palpitating. Like,
Man.
water snakes and
Palpitating.
giraffes and Coney 2012. Like, oh my gosh. Well, who wants to go next?
Goodness.
Isadora?
I'll go. But snakes and giraffe, Justin Bieber doesn't sound that fun. So what happened is, this is 13-year-old Isadora, 2011. And I was still living in Brazil. It was me, my best friend, and my mom. And Justin Bieber went to São Paulo, and he did 2 concerts in a row. So it was Saturday and Sunday. We get there. I'm super excited. But this is like a phase in my life where everything was stressful because of school. So nothing else happened at all. It was all about school. And it was so, so, so stressful. And so we get to the concert, like the bands play before, whatever. Then he comes in and he starts singing and playing. And then about halfway through the show, I start not feeling very well. And I was like, Mom, I don't feel okay, but I am not leaving until he sings Down to Earth. I don't even care. And so that was...
This is very different than the other 2 childhood stories.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not going to tell mine because it's not going to be that great. But so that was the deal. I was like, so basically there was a hospital walking distance away from the stadium where he was playing.
How bad did you feel?
Huh?
How bad did you feel?
Very blurry vision. Very blurry vision. I couldn't really stand on my own. But that's beyond the point. That's just not the point of it. And hold on. And then I was like, I'm not leaving until he sings Down to Earth. That was the last song of the whole concert. So it was basically me from because we were very far, because like tickets for concerts in Brazil are super expensive, and it was literally just this blur person with a white piano and me bawling my eyes out. And by this point, I don't know if my vision was blurry because I was feeling better because I was crying too much. But either way, I heard the song and then we walked to the hospital, and I stayed overnight.
You walked to the hospital? Jeez.
It was super close. My mom was like, "It's right next door," and I was like, "I am not leaving until he's out of that stage."
Down to earth. Justin, if you watch
Justin
this,
Bieber, if you're watching,
please sing that song earlier.
You could be our sponsor next week if you are watching this.
I hope so. Yeah, and then we went to the hospital.
You're a Christian, right? Come on, do it for Jesus. Do it for Jesus,
The
Justin.
doctor said that the problem was that my blood sugar went too high, and
Someone had a little too much fun, didn't you?
I saw nothing and her blood sugar was like, whoa.
my mom says that she would look to him on stage and then look to her left, and I would be sitting on the floor just crying, and I'm like, at least I'm in a concert. So I waited 5 years for that. It's okay.
Wow.
Just saying that did not happen when I went to the Jonas Brothers last year, and I am very excited about that. Just thinking about it. I'm like, it did not happen again. It will happen no more.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. That's a cool story.
Wow. The sympathy pat. That was like the verbal sympathy pat. Oh, that's a cool story.
Not as cool as going around the rap. So.
The rebels, though.
Britt, how about you, dude? I know
Okay,
you've got some crazy ones.
I do. I had to filter through like Dana, make sure they weren't rated R. It's the least rated R one I could come up with.
Oh, nice.
So the sentence I'm about to say is very true. Okay, it sounds not real, but it is true. When I was growing up, I was a professional hula dancer. That is a real thing that I did. I started in 2nd grade and did it all the way up until I went to college. So literally my whole childhood was full. And by professional, like I actually mean that we went to like, we performed at professional luau's for like celebrities, travel to the US. Like this is a real thing.
Have you met Justin Bieber?
I have not. But I did meet Larry the Cable Guy, so that was really fun.
Wow. The chasm between Justin Bieber and Larry the Cable Guy. Please continue.
So the next sentence I'm about to say is also very true. While I was hula dancing, I also did fire twirling. Okay, so along the line in high school, I learned how to do fire poi, which are the two little things on strings, and you twirl them and do tricks and all that stuff. Okay, knowing all of that comes my story. So I'm in high school. I was probably in like 8th, 9th grade, like middle school age. We are at a professional luau we got paid to do, and it was outside. So all these people, also at every professional luau that businesses put on, watching people show up with like fake Dollar Tree grass skirts and like a t-shirt with a coconut bra never gets old. But everyone, there's hundreds of people from this big work. I think it was something for like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or something. And so everyone is, behind this pool, but here's the pool and we're performing on this side. So there's this chasm between us. Okay. So we come out.
Our chasm count is at 2. See if we can...
So we're on this side and we come out and do all of our dances. And now it is time for me and these 2 guys that were my age to come out and do fire, okay, which is always the last finale thing, okay? So I come out and I'm wearing a real grass Tahitian grass skirt, okay? So we come out and the 2 guys next to me are doing fire staff, and I'm doing poi, and we're performing, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, I look out.
Do you have someone Hawaiian in your family or Tahitian in your family?
I do not.
Okay. You're from Cincinnati, right?
I know.
Okay. Okay. Just checking.
So basically this lady that was my hula teacher moved from Guam to Cincinnati, and she decides to start a hula dance troupe. Okay. So she's like her whole family.
That is the most Cincinnati sentence I have ever heard.
Yes. very Cincinnati. Okay, so we're performing, and all of a sudden, I see hundreds of people like do this, and they're freaking out. And I'm just performing, have no idea what's going on. Okay, it took a few seconds, but I'm like twirling, and then I look around, and my grass skirt was on fire because Freeland, the guy next to me doing staff, dropped his staff underneath my skirt. And within seconds, all I feel is someone come up behind me and push me as hard as they could into the pool.
Into the chasm.
It's
the chasm.
Hey, that's 3.
Literally, it was like boom, boom, boom. Like I see people like freaking out. I see fire, and I'm in water. Like it was like 1, 2, 3.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I get up out of the water, and I've got mascara all over my face, and I never felt anything because I was wearing like basically leggings, like shorter leggings, so I didn't feel it underneath me. But my grass skirt, the tip caught, and it started like, it was huge flames. And I got pushed in a pool in front of hundreds of people. And needless to say, that was the end of the show. Okay, everyone went home after that. But that's my G-rated childhood story.
Man.
Dang.
So your skirt caught on fire. Wow.
Well, I'm
Your
just.
grass skirt and Mike's in the African grasslands.
Yeah.
That's why we're meant to be, man.
That's why they're married.
You want to buy some grass?
No. I knew you were going there, Mike. I knew you were going there. Oh man. Well, moving on. I'll tell you my story. It doesn't have to do with grass. My story. So you guys know this. You guys are my buddies. You guys know I like spicy food. I enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Some hot sauce every
Yep.
once in a while. Well,
It's not good food unless you sweat, right, Alec?
that is my mantra for sure. And so this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. But actually, you will see that that's very accurate. So I or maybe not upside down, but inside out, and you'll understand what that means.
Don't like it.
So when I was 10 years old, so I'm gonna blame my grandpa for this entire story.
Okay.
As one does.
My grandpa introduced me to spicy food, and he would always like egg me on to like get me to try the spiciest thing on whatever menu or whatever restaurant we were at. And so we went to this wing place. Whenever we would visit him in Maryland, we would go to this wing place called, I don't even know what it's called, but all I remember is that at this wing place they had this spicy wing challenge called the Flatliner Challenge. Because it would kill you if you ate it. And you had to sign a waiver in order to eat these chicken wings, promising you wouldn't sue the restaurant. If you finished it, you had to eat all 12 wings in 5 minutes, and then you had to sit for 5 minutes and let it burn before you could drink water or milk.
That's the worst part.
What'd you get for it?
A T-shirt. and your name on the wall.
Okay.
And so
was there a photo?
Just a quick comment. Hey, people always people always mock me for my love of free shirts, but right now you can make some mean masks out of those free shirts.
There you go. Honestly, the story wasn't even worth it because I lost my T-shirt when I moved to Florida. But this is like,
hey, but your name is still on the wall.
My name is on the wall, but I can't remember the name of the restaurant. But that's neither here nor there. That's not important. What's important is that when I was 10 years old, I wanted so badly to do this Flatliner challenge because I thought I was hot stuff. And we went in. The servers begged me not to do it. The manager came out and begged my parents not to let me do it. To the point where they said, we're not letting you do this. And I went home sad. Well, 4 years later, on my 14th birthday, let's run it back. I tell them all I want for my birthday is to go to this wing place and do this challenge because I can't live with myself without trying this. We go in. They beg me not to do it. I signed the waiver. Promise not to sue them. They bring the wings out. I just tuck into them, finish the wings, all 12 wings, sit for all 5 minutes, take it like a champ, barely break a sweat, feel great about myself. Order a glass of milk and a basket of French fries, drink the milk, eat the French fries, feel like 90% better. The milk, I know now, I didn't know then, I'm lactose intolerant. So after I drank the milk, I was kind of like, oh, that doesn't feel too good. So I went to the bathroom and I was like, I don't want to throw up, but I'm not going to be dumb. If I need to throw up, I'll throw up. So I went to the bathroom and I was like, where you don't want to throw up, but you're just like standing there. And you're like, that was me.
That's the exact face that all of us make. Like,
so that was me. But didn't throw up though. Walked out, cleaned my face, cleaned my hands. About 5 minutes later, I feel good. I'm like, wow. Get my t-shirt, sign my name on the wall, whatever, get in the car. And then it began.
no.
As we're driving in the car. When I say that I had to go.
No.
All of a sudden, I feel this rushing wind inside of me and this simultaneous looseness and tightness and just this sharp pain.
No.
And I say, oh no, I've miscalculated. My grandpa rushes home. My whole family's in the car. We drive home as fast as we can. I get inside. I get into the bathroom.
No.
And I don't remember anything. But my parents tell me that at one point, I had my pants down, laying on the ground, with my head peeking out of the door frame, screaming, "Oh God! Help me! Oh God!"
My stomach hurts.
My mom proceeds to come in with like a news or Google article on her phone and say, "Hey, Alec, I hate to tell you this, but the worst part hasn't even started."
No.
Oh,
So
that's so good.
at that point, start hyperventilating. I tell my mom, "You have to take me to the ER. I need to have my stomach pumped." It felt like someone had put like hydrochloric acid in my stomach and it was burning through my organs. And so I rush outside. As I'm rushing outside, come to a halt. And I remember I hadn't thrown up yet.
Oh.
And so I turn to the side. So my face is pointing towards the grass. And I, on cue, projectile vomit into the grass next to the driveway. And after I vomit, I immediately felt better.
Man.
Besides having to put aloe on my fingers and hands for like days because my hands and mouth were scorched, and that patch of grass dying, no one else was harmed, and that was the end of it.
Wow.
Oh.
I do not kid when I say I wouldn't wish that pain on my worst enemy.
That's the third story with grass. It binds us together like an intricate web.
Oh,
Fiber, man.
oh man, that's perfect. Issa, can you give us
Oh my
some
gosh,
of the
there's
deeds
more.
some of our favorite quotes from quarantine quotes last week?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then can you tell us the table random challenge this week?
Yes. So Quarantine quotes. Okay, y'all ready? Number 1. Even in quarantine, I still feel dumb talking to a door.
I love that they were talking to doors before quarantine.
Right.
Oh, we're not saying who this is from, right?
No.
Okay. Man, I really want to know who's that dumb.
I mean, we reposted everything, but it was more than 24 hours ago, so we'll never know.
Okay.
Quote number 2. It's going to be weird when I have to turn my head to talk to people again.
So true.
Okay. Number 3. I can't think of anything anymore.
I can't think of anything anymore?
No.
Come on, y'all can do better than that. That was lame.
Next
one.
4. Is it 4 or 3? 4.
I'm just kidding.
Fun fact. Alfredo sauce is not from Italy.
Dude, this blew my mind.
That is true. Listen, the Romans
The
invented.
Americans made it up. Ugh.
No, the Romans actually invented this so that tourists wouldn't change or steal their culture.
Olive Garden is a lie.
So Romans would come and say, "Hey, this is fettuccine alfredo. It's from Italy," but they're like, "We don't eat this here." I know, isn't that crazy?
What a boss move.
You know.
Wow.
Isa spent last
quote.
summer in Rome, so this is like her favorite.
It is my favorite
Conversation
subject
ever.
to talk about.
This is your favorite
There is
subject.
one. Listen, and there's a neighborhood in Rome. There's one restaurant called Il Vero Alfredo, which means the real Alfredo. It's like super expensive and it's only for tourists because like Italians don't go there. That's insane, isn't it crazy?
Smart.
Next quote. I am happy.
I am happy. That's funny.
And the last one, which is my personal favorite. I put a cookie on a wet paper towel by accident and now it's soft. Dana eats the cookie.
Dana, is that your cookie?
Cookie.
Is it still soft?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, this week's Table Random Challenge is post, y'all know the drill, post hashtag Table Random Challenge, tag us on your stories on Instagram, and just tell us a story from your childhood that is funny, stupid, whatever you want to say. You've heard ours, so it's your turn.
PG-13.
Yeah, please.
Or better.
Or
holier, yes.
the funnier the better though.
Yes, please post.
Yeah, and we'll read them next week on next episode.
Britt, what do we have going on this week besides TRS?
Yes. Okay. So we have Table Tuesday. Yes.
Yes.
You don't have to sign up for Table Tuesday on YouTube Live. Watch Party Wednesday. If you guys didn't know, May the 4th is coming up. May the 4th be with us.
May the 4th be with you. That's right.
May the 4th be with you. And so we are watching Rise of Skywalker, which Mike and I will probably go to that Watch Party Wednesday. Right,
it's about to come out right on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, man. May the 4th.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Theology Thursday. It's been lit. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, that's probably our bet. Listen, even if you're not a nerd per se,
that's right.
If you just want a good time and to see other people nerd out, Theology Thursday is where it's at.
Even if you're not a nerd, like just listening, it's so fun.
It's a good time.
It's a good time. And then we threw a wrench in it. Okay, we changed it up.
We threw a wrench in it.
We combined, instead of having Fun Friday and Saturday Night Mafia, we've combined them for Fun Friday Mafia. Woo! And so everyone's playing Mafia Fun Friday. That's this week. So this is airing on Monday, this Friday. If you want to sign up for Watch Party Wednesday, Theology Thursday, Fun Friday, go to the link in our bio on Instagram and you can sign up and we will send you the meeting ID, the link, all that jazz.
Well, Mike and Dana, one more time, thank you for being here.
Yes.
Any final words, comrades?
I was not prepared for this. This was fun. I feel very special. Yeah.
We'll have to have you guys. We'll have to have you guys come on again and do another round of childhood stories next time.
The main idea from this whole thing is that grass unites us all.
Grass unites us all.
Dana, you and I need to come up with stories about grass now to fit in with the team.
Oh, I got stories for everything.
Sorry, please, yeah, but please, folks out there who are watching who are on the more progressive
We mean
side,
actual grass.
we don't, yeah, actual grass,
Actual grass on the ground.
like in the Serengeti. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Damn, like I should.